What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Hear Me Out podcast and Frank Analysis. I'm your host, Franco, and I have a very special guest on for the second time, Dennis Potvin. How are you doing, Dennis?
I'm doing great, man. It's a beautiful, cold, sunny day here in Tennessee.
So Dennis has been itching for a debate. So you want to tell us a little bit more about that? What is the debate all about? What do you want to prove to people in this debate?
Well, what I was hoping for, and I know a lot of Tulsi-crats were hoping for this, was that the race would come down to her and Bernie Sanders. That's what I was hoping for all along. And as Tulsi dispatched one person after another, like Tim Ryan and Kamala Harris, and she attempted to with Pete Buttigieg and Elizabeth Warren in the debates before they finally just shut her out. They finally found out, well, the best way to keep her from knocking people out in the debates was to keep her out of the debates, right? That's pretty simple. So we never got that showdown that I have been itching for since March of 2019, which was to finally see Tulsi Gabbard go after the big boy himself and expose all of his lies and all of his corruption and fraudulent behavior. And I'm not talking about Joe Biden. I'm talking about Bernie Sanders. And I was waiting and itching for that to come down to this summer, but it never happened because of the pandemic, because the media and Bernie himself buried her at the end and said there's only two candidates left. And so she really had no choice but to step aside, stay in Hawaii, throw very milquetoast support to Biden, and get out of the election. So we never got to see that. So what I wanted to do was say all the things that she didn't get a chance to say on a debate stage. And I personally went on Twitter and challenged the biggest Bernie Bro cheerleaders, whether it's Katie Halper or Crystal Ball or Kyle Kulinski or Anna Kasparian, any of them, to step forward and debate me one-on-one. And I just wanted to share with America all the things they don't know, they never learned about Bernie Sanders.
Would you also consider debating people who are proposing that Biden is a better option and that we need to vote for Joe Biden over Donald Trump? You've been telling us, like me and Israel of Big Talk, Little Talk, that Donald Trump is actually the better option. But you're sort of in the gray area, correct? You don't know whether you're going to vote for Trump or whether it's going to be third party. You're not sure yet, right? But you're for sure certain that Donald Trump is better than Joe Biden.
Yeah, because let's think about why Trump won. The reason Donald Trump was able to take power in the Republican Party, in which he had very little experience, right? He'd only been a Republican since 2011 when he started the whole birtherism thing, right? But the reason that he was able to take power, and I'm going to put an asterisk thing before, I know what everybody's thinking. Yeah, but he didn't keep the power because he invited the whole swamp right back in with him. So I get that part. But let's just talk about 2015 and 16. The reason he had a chance to emerge and beat 17 candidates on the debate stage was because Mitt Romney lost to a black man with a Muslim name. A guy who had already been in power for 4 years. The fact that Mitt Romney couldn't beat him, even with the Boy Scout Paul Ryan as a sidekick, the fact that they could not beat Barack Hussein Obama in 2012 is exactly why Donald Trump was able to emerge in 2016. And the only way for a Tulsi Gabbard or an Andrew Yang or somebody good to take power in 2024 is for Donald Trump to win again in 2020. So don't get me wrong, I'm not rooting for Donald Trump because I don't like him. I think he's a buffoon. He's funny, he's a character, he's a bullshitter, I get it. But if he doesn't win, then we have no chance of getting what we really want and need in this country.
Yeah, so it's sort of, you're proposing that Donald Trump is the shortcut to get the things that we want done, whereas Biden, we're going to have to wait a long time in order to get it. And that's sort of the argument that I was making and that other people were making about Hillary Clinton, that if we voted for her, then it would be eight more years of neoliberalism and people would fall back asleep like we did under Obama. So do you think that we fell asleep under Trump, or do you think we were more awake now with a Donald Trump presidency? And you think that there would be more people that will awake if Joe Biden loses to Donald Trump?
Well, you know, the great thing about the Republican Tea Party movement was that the entire party seemed to be united in opposition to Obama, right? Mitch McConnell even said when Obama was elected, my goal is to make him a one-term president. Now, at the time, McConnell was not the Senate Majority Leader. Harry Reid was. I believe McConnell didn't take power until 2014, if I'm not mistaken. But he said the Republicans were very singular in their vision, and that is, we're going to make him a one-term president. But the Tea Party came along and said, oh, it's much worse than that. The reason he took power was because the weakness atop the Republican Party. So the Tea Party really took over, and that's what we saw here in Tennessee. We were a blue state, but the Tea Party takeover in 2010, our entire legislature flipped. The Republicans won back the governor's seat that Bredesen had held for 8 years. And so there was a takeover of the Republican Party, and then they were entirely united in their attacks against Obama. And now they had some strength, because now they were winning those state legislative seats, they were winning the House of Representatives, and then they won the Senate in 2014. So now Obama really became an ineffective president. He became a lame duck for really his last 4 years, but especially his last 2. And that led to the takeover of Donald Trump of the Republicans in 2016. Of course, they acquired full government that year as well. What's going to happen if Biden wins the presidency is that, yeah, we're going to fall asleep, because the majority of the Democratic Party that supports him and just wants any blue will do, or, you know, vote blue no matter who, they'll think they won something because Trump's out of office. But I guarantee you, if Biden wins the election in 2020, the Republican take back over of the House in 2022 is going to be ugly. And in 2024, a ticket with Nikki Haley on it will steamroll the Democrats. So what we need to do is just say, look, let's concede this one to Trump. We'll keep him in power. We know he's really not going to do anything, especially with the Democratic House. He's not going to do anything bad. Hell, we blocked him for 3 years during Russiagate, really doing anything other than giving tax cuts, right? So as long as we keep Trump in power, progressive movement can still simmer and build. But good luck doing that if Biden's in charge, because you got no leverage then. We've already won the White House. We're the neoliberal centrist. So what power would progressives have? You wouldn't have any.
I think that the perfect person for you to debate will be Vaush. He has been proposing for former Bernie supporters to vote for Joe Biden, and that we need to work with the current system that we have. And I believe he's also been suggesting that Bernie Sanders is a better candidate than Tulsi, even though Tulsi's his second choice. But yeah, I think that he's the perfect person for you to debate. And because I don't think Katie Halper or Crystal Ball will, they're most likely going to ignore us. I don't think they're the debate kind of people, but Vaush, he claims to be a good debater. So would you accept a debate with Vaush?
I'll accept a debate with Bernie himself. I'll debate anybody, anytime, anywhere for nothing. Just like Mr. T said to Rocky Balboa, I'll fight you anywhere, anytime for nothing. And that's what I would do, because I feel so strongly about this, about my position on this. And nobody's going to make me waver on it.
All right, people, so you heard it here. Dennis is willing to debate Bernie Sanders himself. Vaush, if you're willing to debate Dennis, I'm here. I can moderate that debate, and we will put that message out there for people to see and to help promote this upcoming debate that we need to have. Thanks for watching that segment of Hear Me Out. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell down below so you can get the latest on sports, pop culture, and progressive politics. Stay informed.